Zixia Fairy Max installation tutorial. Check the availability of accessories upon receipt of the instrument. Install a weight part to attach the weight to the light guide arm. Install the second weight part with the center hole face up. Then cover the hammer cover. Install the third weight parts placed in the middle of the screw can be tightened. Install the anti-collision piece and place it in the groove and tighten the screw. Install the light guide arm to connect the light guide arm with the fuselage and tighten. The head is fixed on the light guide arm and screwed tight. Install the connecting wire. Connect the connecting wire of the board head to the machine body and insert it into the groove. Then install the airway cable. The airway connector at the exit is also inserted. Install the light guide arm. Buckle. Choose a suitable position to tighten the screws on both sides of the big buckle. Place the light guide arm on the snap. The small snap fastens the connecting wire to the inside without screws. The trachea line is stuck externally. The position of the small snap can be adjusted so that the connecting wire of the instrument and the air pipe can be placed neatly. Connect the power cord to the pedal. The pedal connector is aligned with the groove insert and then rather tight. Turn the switch to start. Zixia Fairy Max points for attention. Eyes are forbidden to look directly at the end exit of the light guide arm and any reflected laser beam. When the instrument is used, the position of the heavy hammer should be adjusted to prevent the light guide arm from tilting downward and twisting the screws below. Operate out of light when the board head should be close to the skin to prevent leakage. Zixia Fairy Max maintenance. Regularly check lens with a cotton swab dipped in alcohol. Gently wipe the lens. Will be the front of the lens clean. Do not check and clean the lens in the boot state. Keep the temperature of the instrument at 5 到40度C for a long time without using the instrument. Should disconnect the power supply. Introduction of Zixia Fairy interface. The interface is divided into 4 modes. Lattice mode is a common dot matrix. Module matching mode. Pulse mode is the cutting module. Matching mode. Private mode and Vovi mode are the matching modes for the privacy module. The M button adjusts the brightness of the infrared light. The buzzer is the on/off button sound. Entering the lattice mode. Introducing the interface from top to bottom. Click on the pattern in the rectangle to switch to a different shape pattern. The left and right arrows are for adjusting the length, and the up and down arrows are for adjusting the width. Adjust to the right size ratio. Both power and dwell time affect the intensity of point energy. The longer the point stays, the more energy the point has. The shorter the time the point stays, the less energy the point has. The higher the power, the more energy the point has. The lower the power, the less energy the point has. Dwell time is generally around 1 millisecond. The power is usually about 20 watt. Adjustments can be made according to the actual situation. Point spacing affects coverage. The larger the point spacing, the lower the coverage. The smaller the point spacing, the higher the coverage. Interval time generally does not need to be adjusted. The value is 1 millisecond. The scanning mode is the order of the pattern shape of emitted light. We usually choose one of these. The number of scans is the number of consecutive light outputs, generally one time, after adjusting the parameters. Click on Preview and then Ready. Then start the operation. Align the position to be operated. Depress the brake pedal. The instrument scans and emits light. Point spacing is the density of point between point. Dwell time is the time of laser operation. With today's parameters, the energy can penetrate a large amount of ACE paper. generally operated on the skin. The intensity of energy that penetrates 2 sheets of paper is enough to do. The scar removal treatment can be adjusted according to the actual situation, such as the depth of the scar or the actual operation of the program. Fractional laser series, cutting head operation. Replace the cutting head. Remove the lid from the cutting head first. There are 3 interface joints on the light guide arm and the outlet port interface. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3. Remove the light outlet from Section 2. Part 2 is the interface that corresponds to the cutting head. Remove the light outlet and put it in place, and install the cutting head. Then remove the light outlet as hose and connect it to the cutting head. Put the light outlet head well. The cutting head is replaced and installed completely. Click to enter the 3D pulse mode. Single mode is recommended for beginners. The single mode mainly controls on the point dwell time and the energy. Starting energy 15, with a point dwell time of between 2 and 3.5. It can penetrate to pieces on A4 paper. Single mode, no matter how long the footstep on, is only 1 point at a time. When there is a large area to be operated or when we are skillful, we can choose the pulse mode. In the pulse mode, the point dwell time is switched to the pulse width, and the starting parameter is also about 3.5. Starting energy 15. The interval affects the speed of energy. The longer the interval, the slower the rate of energy. The less skilled the operation is, the longer the interval time should be adjusted. The interval time is long, and it is easy to control the position of the point. It can also penetrate to pieces on A4 paper, and if not enough, you can adjust the parameters. Increase energy and pulse width to increase output energy. After proficiency, the interval time can be shortened. In the continuous mode, only energy can be adjusted. There is no interval between the energy output, and it will continue to output the energy. It can do projects like cutting. Examples of cutting projects. Postoperative care. Fractional laser, series operation. Before surgery, clean the oil, bacteria and dust on the skin surface, which can relieve the pain by applying epidermal anesthetic. Clean it up after 30 minutes. Adjust the parameters according to the operating items. Power, point dwell and point spacing parameters are not fixed, because each customer's skin condition and laser energy tolerance are different. Before the operation, adjust the corresponding parameters according to the actual situation of the customer. After taking the skin test, wait for 2 minutes to observe the skin reaction, and then operate. After adjusting the appropriate parameters and shape, close to the skin and start the treatment. 1. Recommended starting parameters for skin rejuvenation and pore contraction. Power 8. Point spacing 1.2. Point dwell 0.8. Power to penetrate a sheet of A4 paper as a standard. Example operation. 2. The recommended starting parameters of acne printing are power 15, point spacing 1, and point dwell 1. It can use the pulse mode single mode with the corresponding treatment head. First, separate the edges of the potholes and then cover the entire treatment area with a large spot in pixel dot pattern, with the power to penetrate a piece of A4 paper as the standard. Example operation. 3. Recommended starting parameters of scar. Power 20. point spacing 0.8, point dwell 1. The power that can penetrate 2.5 sheets of A4 paper as a standard. Example operation. For the recommended starting parameters of stretch marks, power 15, point spacing 0.8, point dwell 0.8. The area may be large. Pay attention to adjust the corresponding pixel pattern area. The power that can penetrate 2 sheets of A4 paper as a standard. Example operation. 5. Tattoo removal. Power 15, point spacing 1, point dwell 1. The spacing between the dots of the large tattoos can be appropriately reduced. Example operation. Postoperative care and precautions.